Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Nadim Lukhele. Lots of people have been asking, guys, what happened to your podcast? We have rebranded. We're back as NXL 360. We can't stop. I mean, we love football, all of us, even though we didn't play like Xola. We're always going to the stadium, watching TV. Even now, we've been watching soccer, so we cannot stop talking about football. I'm not alone. I'm with the guys who understand football more than anyone in this country. It's a matter of time people see that. We've got Xola Mlambo, former Orlando Pirates, Chippa United, Beat Vets, TX Galaxy, Marumo Gallants. Yeah, one of the elite midfielders in the country. I remember him in the derby against Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, he nearly won, helped Orlando Pirates win the league under Michu and Rulane. Unfortunately, Pirates lost it because Rulane fought them very hard in Cape Town. That 2-2 draw, it canceled everything. And then we've got Coach KP. I mean, this is a guy. Where's the billboard, Coach KP? I need the board so that you see it properly.
On the second episode, you'll have the big one.
Yeah. Guys, welcome. This is NXL 360. This is a podcast that where we have to be at least 3-4 times a week. Every time there's an event, we need to chip in and give our dive. We just saw Orlando Pirates obviously beating Durban City. For me, it was expected, even though Gavin Hunt feels that his team was unlucky. He should have won it in the first half. Maybe I was watching a different game. Obviously, I was at home. I was not at Moses Mapeta. Coach KP, how did you see the game? What's your take on Orlando Pirates? I mean, we know now that they are on top of the log, something that has not been in a while. Obviously, they've not won the league. I mean, I think the last time they won the league, Orlando Pirates, maybe William Fokeng was 5 years old. Which was like 2013. Because it's been a while. So now they're on top of the log. What does it mean?
Yeah, now they're on top of the log. Same number of games, which is very interesting for me. I looked at the stats. They've equal number of goals scored, but Orlando Pirates is conceding less goals because I think they've conceded 5 goals in 5 goals in 12 games. So for me, man, I would love to see Orlando Pirates going through at least. I think it's a decade since we went to Christmas with a different team on top of the log. You see, this Mamelodi Sundowns has been dominant, but this Orlando Pirates team, I'm talking about the current team, it's looking very scary, Nadim, and it's looking very scary. And for me, as far as it is right now, it's for them to lose it. If you look at the team that played today, you look at the team that played during the week, there were subs that were made. So it takes you back to the depth of the team. So I think they played very well. It's a team that they can take out anyone and play any other player, they will still be able to collect the maximum points. I think this is the most scariest team in the league so far. So it's for them to lose it so far. That's me.
And then, Kola, what's your take on it? Do you think how far can they go? What's your take on the game we just saw against Durban City?
I think honestly, Orlando Pirates they have it in their own hands now, and for them not qualifying for the Champions League, it's a blessing in disguise for them. You know, it would have been a huge disruptive because circulation of players traveling would have impacted a lot because they have a lot of players who are inexperienced when it comes to the Champions League. But in the league now, they currently having a good run of play. They're dominating in the cups. I mean, they won the MTN 8. They're in the final of the Black Label. It shows great signs, and they're conceding less goals, like KHKB has already touched on it, you know. And you see there's a high quality of players that Orlando Pirates have chipped in, and they are gelling very well with the team and the coach. So it's rare to find a new coach with a lot of new players to have such performances. So they've been doing fairly well, but I think, in my opinion, it's still early for us to say they stand a good chance. Maybe next 5 games will determine if they want to win the league or not, because they will still have to play Mamelodi Sundowns again, of which they're not in the good form when it comes to PSL. We saw how slow they've started. I don't know if maybe the understanding of the players or it's a bit of a struggle. If we can compare it to how Liverpool is doing, They were
So
running on
you're
momentum.
saying who's off form? Orlando Pirates are not good in the league.
No, Orlando Pirates, they are good. They have the momentum going in the league.
So you're
Sundowns
saying
is
Sundowns are not the one on form.
Sundowns is struggling when it comes into the league. So we just have to give it a few more days. Sbo Noguti, are they getting into their next gear or in? When it comes to this stage, Sundowns, in most cases, they were leading maybe with 5 to 10 points. But
Yeah.
this year, they are equal on points. But Orlando Pirates has played lesser games with them. Now they are equal on games, and Orlando Pirates is leading them with 3 points. So it's going to be a good run. It's going to be a very interesting league. I mean, they are not far off from number 3 and 4 as well. So it's still open for anyone. No one has an opportunity to make mistakes and drop points. They will stay behind. But
So
as we all
yeah.
know, but in the PSL, once the second round is reached, it's only then we can have a clear indication as to who's competing for the league. For now, it's still a bit open. I mean, how many games they've played? I think 12, most teams, and there's some that have played 11. So it's still not far off. It's still early because we are still in the first round. Plus, kuzoba a CAF break. There's AFCON that's going to take place. It's going to dismantle a lot of teams' performances. Asazi ukuthi who's going to come back and hit the ground running. But Orlando Pirates, they are on the right foot as it is currently.
They're on the rightful Coach KP. What's your take? Who do you think is going to win the league? I think honestly, Orlando Pirates, I agree with Paula when he says Pirates being out of the Champions League, it gives them a slightly edge because they don't have to travel to any country. They just have to travel local matches up until May, which is a good thing. Sundowns have to be in and out every 2 weeks or so. What's your take? Do you think Pirates realistically can win the league, or you still give it to Sundowns?
Nah, change of hearts, man. I honestly think it's in it's in Orlando Pirates' hands, man. That's me. Yes, I would agree with Xola. Only on one point when he says it's too early. It's too early mainly because there's a AFCON coming up. When I saw it, I'm thinking maybe this is the second preseason, and that's where maybe the dip might happen. But who knows? Maybe Pirates might come back strong. So, as far as it is now, Nadine, I think being eliminated. If you look at the large number of squad that they have, it had a bit of question marks in the beginning to say, how are you now gonna fit all these players in the team? But you look at how Coach Ward is rotating them. Hence, I was saying to you earlier on that if you look at the team that played during the week, it's not the same team that played. We saw at the back, Siema was out, Hoto was also out. You see the introduction of Maswanganye as well, and then you see Mahopa starting. So I think Coach Ward is doing very well when it comes to the rotation of the team. He is trying to give everyone a run. Because I was asking myself.
What are you saying? Are you saying they will win the league?
No, so as
Are
far
you
as
saying they will
as
win
far
the
as I'm
league, or it's too
concerned,
early?
no, for me, I'm giving it to them. I'm saying they are on the edge of winning it. So I say, for me, so far, it's 60-40. Orlando Pirates has it in their hands to lose it. That's just me. As much as we
So
know Sundowns might come back strong. Yes?
Do you think they will win the league even though Mbogazi is leaving? So do you think there will be enough, because Mbogazi has been proven to be one of the best players at Orlando Pirates?
Nah, they'll still do enough without Mbogazi. I don't think that. Well, him leaving, yes, it brings the team a bit down, but there's quality defenders. I mean, Sesane hasn't came back. Now we see he's back in the team, so I don't think it will be a huge blow. So I honestly think it's in Orlando Pirates' hands so far. Yeah.
Yeah, Kola, what's your take also about the whole thing of Nda not playing? I mean, the coach, it looks like he still needs to prove himself to be a starter. I honestly thought he was the best defender of Pirates. So do you think he's been given fair deal by the coach?
Honestly speaking, I think Unda has been out with injury, and it's good to see him in the bench now. And if Mbogazi does leave or is already a done deal, he's gone until he finishes his games at Orlando Pirates. It gives a huge number of defenders an opportunity. And I don't think Uguti Mbogazi leaving will dismantle the team. It's an opportunity for other people. It could work as a motivation as well to say, oh, you perform good, the team will allow you to go. So I don't see it as a disruption. I mean, Nda is a quality centre back. We all know, we've seen. But Umbogazi as well has been performing well. Hence, he was awarded the arm belt at some stage. UCBC came back. He's doing well for the national team. Usiema also, when he's playing, he has proven to be one of the quality defenders they have. They still have Usesani, who hasn't pitched this season. So they have a good number of balance when it comes to centre backs. I don't think they have that much of a worry. If it was a worrisome point for him to leave, I don't think they would have allowed it like it happened Mufukeng, you know. So they probably have weighed their options and they know Guti, they still have fair enough centre backs that can take on the role. They still have Oti who hasn't recovered. There's also that young boy they once introduced. I forgot his name, but he also is one of the future for the team. You know, so their squad is fairly well balanced, and whoever that was doing scouting for them and signing players did a good job. So Unda,
Where are they weak though? I agree with you. Defensively, the CMI is really came up very good. Libitzo, Van Rooyen, Ndaba. I mean, the left back also. When Hoto is not there, Hoto was the man of the match last week. Suddenly he's not there, and another one is doing extremely well. Also, as a man of the match performance. Where are they weak, Orlando Pirates?
Honestly, this season I don't think they lack in any position because other games you see Umahopa is not starting, you see Umbutuma is scoring goals, you see Umbutuma is starting, you see Umahopa coming in as a sub to score a goal. So we don't know what's happening on Mabasa as yet, but they showing versatility right, you know. Coach Adu is cooking there at Pirates. We have to give him that. And even the time when he arrived at Maruma was still there, but not training. But I saw how he was constructing
You were suspended.
Yeah, I was suspended without merit.
So manje bakuphatalele imali yakho.
Right, but yeah, they were appealing. So they appealed. Salindly.
Hey, no, that. They are appealing.
Yeah, you know how it works around. You must.
So how much is it? How much is it they're owing you?
It's too little.
Then they're happy. They're unfair if they're appealing. Yeah, I mean they mustn't treat players like that. It's always unfair. You terminate the conduct unfairly, then you still want to appeal. Okay, Coach KP, same question asked Xola. Where do you think Pirates are weak? Where do you think they need improvement?
You know, when Xola started speaking about the strikers, I thought maybe there we needed somebody who's very lethal. You see, also I'm just a bit worried with the goalkeeping position because I'm not sure if Usipo is not playing, who is gonna come in? Is Buteles ready? That's one question for me. You see, I think maybe if we were to say no, maybe there's a lack of a bit of quality, maybe in the goalkeeping position, because we've seen, man, last season when Ubutelezi was given a chance, I think a whole lot of fans were on 6s and 7s. So maybe that position, if Orlando Pirates was to beef it up, I think then would be a complete. But then after all, man, there's no team that is really complete. Like you have your 1, 2, 3 players, no lack of something. So I think the goalkeeping position for me, and there's room of improvement as well. I mean, Ubutelezi having came in from TS Galaxy. I mean, when he was signed, he was playing well. I don't know if the jersey got a bit bigger for him this side. It's just like Uchene. Uchene was signed from a third choice goalkeeper, a cheaper. Look at him now being the second choice at the national team. So I think, yeah, if we need to beef up, we need to beef up there, or maybe the goalkeeping position they can just improve Ubutelezi, then we're good.
Yeah, no. So Xola, they're winning the league.
It's too early to give that comment, Nadim. It's too early.
Yeah, I know it's difficult. I agree with you. I think the League One is between Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. Obviously, Sundowns are fair. Sundowns know how to win the league.
In the past, man, by this time we would know Mamelodi Sundowns. You would already close it off. Is it difficult to close it off for Orlando Pirates? to say no, they will win it.
No, it's very difficult. There's a reason why they've not won it for more than 13 years. Because they've been in a position, even when Xola was playing, it looks like they were really winning it up until they lost to Cape Town City. So even now, you will feel that they can win it. They're in the right position. We don't know how, after the AFCON, how will they come back. So for me, it's difficult because what they did, it's impressive. I mean, although started with madness when he dropped a lot of players in the first two games, as a result, he lost. Then he picked the right players. The players are repaying him. So I would say they are running for the league. Sundowns have won the league 8 times in a row, right? It's so difficult to say someone is going to win it. They are still there. Sure, Sundowns lost the best player last season, which is Ribeiro. That's the reason maybe Pirates on top of the log. If Ribeiro was there, I think Sundowns will be on top of the log, definitely speaking. They miss Ribeiro. He was a quality player. He was scoring 16 goals, I mean, assists and all those kind of things. So influential. Okay, guys, we'll see. We don't know who's going to win the league, but it's going to go down to the wire. One thing for sure. Moving right along, Amakosa Matle. Are they running in the league, Kaizer Chiefs? They were playing today against Zamalek.
They're still in it. Like I said, I think they are third on the block, you know.
They're running to win the league, Kaizer Chiefs.
No.
Not running to win the league, but anything can happen.
What is that can happen? What is that can happen? Being top 8, what is it that can happen?
It will be determined by the performances of the ones that are on top of them.
So are they running to win the league? Are they running to win the league?
Well, I disagree. Those guys.
I want to hear that. I want you to hear. Say, do you think Chiefs are running to win the league?
They're in the competition, Nadim. They're number 3. I mean,
okay, yeah, okay,
it's only 12 games played, and honestly, I think them also going back into the continental competition, it's going to come as an advantage for the experience, you know. Once you go and play these other teams in Egypt and whatsoever, it changes the players' mentality when you come back. You feel the upper edge against the ones that are staying and not playing. It's like players selected in the national team, when they come back in the league, there's that boost that you get, the confidence. Because we know a player, when they are not that confident enough, it becomes difficult for them to compete. But I think this thing of them competing there, it's a learning curve. So it gives them a bit of an advantage to saying, can we come back and compete against Orlando Pirates, who did fairly well last season? We CAF, you know. Are we in the same level as Mamelodi Sundowns as well? While they're traveling, we are also traveling. They are playing the group stages. Yes, it's different competitions, but it's competing as well. So it's experience, it's confidence, it's the nice life things of traveling, seeing other countries, learning how other people play and coming back. So I think they're still within the competing side of the league. Hence, I'm saying let's at least wait until teams have played 15 to 20 games. Then we will know exactly what this one is out of the race. This one is competing in the dugout there to fight relegation. So, but the nicest thing is that the competition is a bit closed. Mamelodi Sundowns is no longer as dominant as they used to be, of which the last time other team won the league besides Mamelodi Sundowns, it was when Vets was still in existence. So it's nice to see other teams raising their hands and saying, if you have to win this league again, Mamelodi Sundowns, we're not going to make it easy, you know. But it's good also for Mamelodi Sundowns seeing Abu Mshishi coming back. That experience is going to come in handy.
Yeah, staying with Kaizer Chiefs, do you think Kaizer Chiefs have enough quality to compete for the league?
Looking the PSL, yeah, they do. You know, they do, because if they were knocked, if they couldn't qualify for Econ Fed, I would say they have lesser chances. But the players that they have, they showed the quality of saying we can compete. You know, when we are in the right mind state, we can come back here in our local league and compete for whatever that is there to be competed for.
Coach KP, you have heard Xola, feels Amakosa Mahle are in the running of the league. Obviously, I don't believe that. I don't think Chiefs have a chance of even being in the top four.
Yeah, but
What's your take?
as much as Ugola saying it's still early, but I think Chiefs is in the running of top 5, man. Top 5 team there.
Yeah, it's still
For the
early for
league.
other teams, not for Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, I know. I don't see Chiefs competing for the league, man. No. I think they will do better than the past season and the one before this one, but the league, no, man. No. Nadim, for me, I don't think this Kaizer Chiefs team is capable of winning the league. As much as it's too early and all that, but I don't see them. I would love to be surprised. Like Utola said, let's wait for 15. I'm saying you can still wait up until the 20th game. I don't see Chiefs giving the league a run. I don't think so. And then when you go to what you asked Utola about, do you think they've got the team?
You don't think they can win the league, or you don't think they will win the league?
I don't think they can win the league. I don't think so. I don't think so, man. Maybe that's what I'm saying.
Where do they
will
need to
finish
improve? Where do they need to improve in order to be in a position where they compete?
You know, the question that you asked Utol and answering what you just asked me, I think Kaizer Chiefs has got the personnel to play, yes, but I don't think they've got the squad. I don't know if it will make sense, man. You know that there's a team that has a squad, but it doesn't have a team. So you've got Abomabo, you've got all those players, yes, but can they really play together as a team? I think it's gonna take a while before we see that because Kaizer Chiefs doesn't give you 3-4 wins back to back. Like you question today they play well. The following game you're thinking, okay, what happened to the Kaizer Chiefs that played before? So I personally feel they do have the personnel, yes, they've got those players, but how do you now take those players and turn that whole squad into a team? You see, that's my worry. Yes, I see they've got the personnel, they've got all, but do they have the team to compete? I don't think so yet. I think there's still a lot of combinations there that needs to come out and work. There's still a lot of understanding of players. I mean, I looked at the goal that they conceded today, and I asked myself, Xola will help us. They say as a keeper, if you go out, if you are going out, you need to make sure you are winning the ball. And for Peterson to go and do that, for me, it was just a question, or are they going back
I
to
heard that
the
Dr. Kumar
competition?
was saying Dr. Kumar was saying Peterson should be in the Bafana squad.
That night, I don't want to entertain that one, man. I don't know. I don't know about that. And then we are still on Chiefs. We'll go to Afara. You look at the way Onacho missed the ball last week, the way they conceded. I mean, like, I'm sure when you're having a chat or a call to Quinika, I don't understand the last two goals. He drifted out with the striker, and then who's this? Ox remained as a center back. I didn't understand that combination. I thought maybe Ukwinika will say, Ox, you go there, I'll come. But maybe it's football 101. I go out, you cover me. But Ox as well allows him. So there's still a lot to improve there. There's still a lot to improve. Hence what I'm saying, yes, they've got the personnel, yes, they've got the players. But turning those players into a team to compete, it's gonna take a while. It's nothing that's gonna happen now. I don't think they will win the league, man. I think Chiefs, the best position Chiefs will end is position 3. That's just me.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
and
look,
they played today against. Sorry, Kola, to interrupt you. Before you can start with your point and go to summarize the game against Zamalek. I don't know if you saw it. They drew 1-1 with Zamalek in Polokwane. Solomon's obviously scored that goal. One would say it was a lucky goal because again it was a strange goalkeeping from the Zamalek side.
I mean, you create your own luck, Natin. We all know. So coming to Chiefs, I think I have to agree with the coach KB, but those are the combinations. They're not only being worked by the players. So I think the disadvantage for them is the coaching department. Once they can appoint someone who will say he's in charge, because this co-coaching thing hasn't proven any fruitfulness in South African football, to be honest. So I think they need to find a coach if they don't believe in the coaches that they have. I know they always say two is better than one, But in terms of coaching personnel, people have different philosophies, different style. You'd find that this other coach is preferring this center back or working with the other one. The other one is so it contrasts everything. So when you have a leader that has people that will then follow them behind, it makes everything easier. So the moment they hire or they appoint the head coach, then we can say this person's philosophy is not working for the team or the players are not in understanding. But who we then blame now? Do we blame the players? Do we then blame the co-coaching working relation? It's very difficult, you know. I'm not saying Kaizer Chiefs are going to win the league or they are
So you're
competing.
saying, so I'm trying to say the management made a mistake in firing Nabi, then they don't appoint a single coach, then they go with the assistant as co-coaches.
I wouldn't say they made a mistake with firing Onabi. They have their own reasons and their own merits as to why they did it.
No,
But
I'm talking about the co-coaches,
I don't think co-coaching works, man. Honestly, it's just my opinion. You'd rather have someone who's going to be the head coach and who's going to have his assistants backing him up where he's lacking. But if you have two bulls in one kraal, obviously your kraal is going to fumble here and there because we don't know who we follow. Unless we're saying we know these people's mentality, they've worked well together and it has been proven. But now you'd find it's an opportunity of saying one wants to lead, the other one also wants to lead. So which direction are we being led? You know? So I think the best thing that needs to happen is that they have to appoint a head coach that will account for everything. Because if Menano Coach KB, we are being appointed as head coach, I can shift the blame to Coach KB. I need to know I did not want to play Quinnica or Miguel. I wanted to play McCarthy with, and so understanding Yalapo it comes with. But when there's a head coach, the head coach can take the advice from his subordinates, and then we know with the end of that, the final decision lies with you. But now with co-coaching, who do we then share the lineup? How do we then say? Because if you have an assistant needs to guide according to his opinion. But if we are of the same
I will think if you're co-coaches in Pigsana, who's the go shy 1 hour before kickoff, then you submit the lineup.
yeah,
What's the
so
take?
that's why I'm saying there needs to be a head coach, someone who's stemming the final statement to say, "Oh, I hear Coach KB's opinion. I hear, but I think I'm going with this one." So Masi too, sizodonsa donsisana, and for peace sake, we'll end up having to agree while not agreeing. So I think the best thing Chiefs to do is to find the head coach because they have players, they've signed players, but who did they sign the players for? Which head coach? There's no head coach. There's two coaches who are assistant, both of them. So they are both on the edge. They don't want to lose
And the
their
other
job.
coach came as an interpreter, remember? He came as an interpreter when he arrived.
You get my point. So
Yeah.
I think the best thing is that they must sit down, revisit their thoughts, and appoint whoever they want to lead the team.
What will take Coach KP with the co-coaches at Naturena?
Well,
Golden
man,
Highway.
yeah, I hear what Lukhele is saying, and I agree with him. But also, can't we give it to them? And you look at how they started when before Nabi was even fired. They started very well, and then things here and there fumbled. And hence, I'm saying I agree with Lukhele saying the final decision. But if you look at the results this season, I think they are backing them up. The results are saying they are taking a team to a better state, a better position as compared to the last season. Is it working? We will see as the season goes. You see, hence I'm saying I agree with what Xola is saying when he says we need somebody who will come and take a decision, somebody who will account for that. But currently, today, even in the interviews, today is this one, tomorrow is that one. But as far as it is, Nadim, for me, I think it's working, man. They are in a better state as compared to the past 2 seasons. Are they playing better? Have they improved? If the results are saying so, I would say yes, because I think the last interview we had, I was saying to Xola, I think for me, currently, Chiefs just needs points. Whether they're playing Route 1 or what,
No,
as long
I
as they can
disagree
get
with you
over
because last week they lost to a team from Egypt. We don't even know their name. And this is a trophy that was nearly won by Marumo Gallants while they were getting relegated in the PSL. While they were getting relegated, they reached the semi-final. For me, I don't think it's working. I agree with Xola 100%. They need to get a coach, because if you see guys like Lebohang Mapoe, Dove, they try to sign players for the guy, but they've signed it for who? For Cedric Katz or Ben Yusuf. I don't think it's in the long run. Yes, now it looks like it's working, but in March, April, you will agree with us that maybe it's not working.
It's not working. Yeah, maybe, man, in the long run. But then you go into today's game, and I think Peterson needs to take it, man. As much as we know it's a team sport and whatnot, as a captain, you make those mistakes. And you see, Nadim, this is where my problem comes with Chiefs. You look at their game, the game that they lost. It was a game of mistakes. They made mistakes, silly mistake, and they conceded. Today as well, they conceded a goal, and from where they are back four. So I think, I don't know if it's starting to crack, or what you guys are saying about the core coaches is starting to take over now. Well, I honestly thought Chiefs will get a point or three today in order for them to make it through. Because remember, as much as they might lose all the games, at the end of the day, they do need to play 6 games. So currently, it's just a matter of they need to finish off their games. Hopefully, they will. I mean, they still have 2 games at home, which is what, 6 points. Hopefully, they will be able to win 2 games and then make it through. I would love to see Chiefs going through, man. Hence, what I'm saying, the question is, are they playing better, or do they get like? I mean, you look at them when they played their last game in the bad way, where they won 4. You thought, oh, okay, Chiefs is playing better than what they were doing, and then they lose.
But when they won 4, where they playing?
They're playing Obi.
Yeah, but Opit lost to a team that is also in the bottom of the log. I mean, if you are playing Opit, like we are expected to win.
No, not that. You can't say you're expected to win. No one is expected. You need to win. You need to play to win it. No one is expected to win, man. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe we are being too harsh.
So I'm just saying, Opit is not a PSL top side. It's not a strong PSL side.
That's why top 5. Yeah, no. There I agree with you.
Yeah, top 12. They're not even top 12. Yeah.
Okay, no, I hear you, they did. But I think honestly, on today's game, the keeper needs to take it. That goal, he gave it away. Like I don't know what sort of things, but that goal he gave it away.
Dr. Kumalo is saying he should be in the Bafana. Do you agree?
For who? Who is he going in for?
For Williams, the number 1 is William.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
With the national team, you can't be number 2, 3. Already there's a cause who's part of the setup, because okay, it's an interesting one. Let's move along to Mamelodi Sundowns. We saw them drawing with Rulane. You watched that game, Coach KP. Can you give us a report of that game?
I think it was a tactical game, and it was a mastermind. For me, I saw Urulani. I think he won the tactical battle. That's just me. I think he won the tactical battle. Why am I saying that? Because he stopped Sundowns from playing. Unless if Sundowns didn't go there to play their usual game. Like just before we showed, I was speaking to Ugola, and he was saying, well, if you look at it, it's a great point for Sundowns. They're playing away. They're getting a point. They haven't lost. So it's 4 points, and it's CAF after all. So it's a good point. But in terms of Urulani versus Sundowns, or MCLJ versus Sundowns, I honestly believe that at any given day, MCL should have won that game. I mean, there's a ball where the striker, I don't know if he was offside or he thought he was offside and then he missed that ball. He should have scored there. I mean, if you look at the stats, it's saying Sundowns has 4 shots, not even 1 on target. So it says a lot about how they were playing. And then, but also the position as well, it's favoring Sundowns with them. I think they have made 439 touches on the ball. So in terms of how Urulani playing for Sundowns, I think he won that part, man. He stopped them from playing. He stopped them from playing their usual game, especially in the first half. Urulani should have won that game in the first half, or MCLG should have won that game in the first half. They could have punished Sundowns 1 or 2. But I don't know, maybe the respect to Sundowns, maybe Sundowns was there not to go all out, wait for their chance, and then when the right chance come and then they punish. But it never happened. Hence why even today we are talking, they don't have a shot on target at all, the whole game. And that alone, it speaks volume of the Mamelodi Sundowns that was playing. But in saying that as well, we need to give credit, a bit of credit to Mikel Cardoso, because the second half was changed. Second half, Sundowns started playing a bit better. They started playing with a bit higher intensity. But I think MC Alger yesterday, it was a well-oiled coach. You could see, like you could identify that this is Mlungis's team. What I'm impressed with Xola, maybe when you see him, you speak to him, or maybe at Black Poison, you guys did that. I never saw Urlani as Rulani's team well organized in terms of defense. But yesterday, man, he was playing a very high line pressing, and those players were
No, but
disciplined.
Sundowns were considered the record less number of goals under Rulane when they won the league.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
because
defensively they were solid.
no, not because they were solid, because Sundowns had the ball 80%. So all the teams were playing low block against Sundowns. They were not really challenged. So yesterday, looking at that, the team, and I don't know if you guys saw the first game here, MC Alger. The team that played against that, is it Al Hilal, the team that lost 2-1?
Al Hilal, yeah. Al Hilal, yeah.
Yeah. You take that team and you take the team that played yesterday, two different teams. So I don't know whether Rulano was just up to say, I'm going to prove it to Sundowns or what. But in terms of tactics and everything else, I'll give it to him yesterday. He deserved to win more than Mamelodi Sundowns. But again, Sundowns, they've played this game. Cardoso knows how to win or how to play these games. He got a point away, which is a very brilliant point, because he's on 4 points. And then the other game is playing tomorrow. Whether either way, he will still be on top too. So we'll give it to both teams, man.
Yeah, Xola, what's your take on Rulane? I mean, Sundowns not getting a shot on goal against a team that lost the first game. What's your take about Sundowns, and also your assessment on Rulane game against his former side?
I think it is proven, man. We had such a topic before to saying, where is Sundowns going? Where are they at now? You know, and it has been proven with it's no longer the same Sundowns. Yes, they lost Uribeiro, but they still kept most of their players that were playing, and they introduced the new ones trying to replace Uribeiro. So it's very difficult to understand how Sundowns is playing currently, and we have to give it to Mlungisi. I mean, he's a tactician by heart, you know. Whether he was proving a point or in, but I don't believe he's proving any point. That's his standard. He's a winner by, and he's a coach who doesn't want to lose 2 games in a row. That also is a motivation. He comes back from a loss in a game he could have won. Slight mistakes against Al Hilal, ended up losing the game 2-1. So there's pressure, obviously, and you are playing against a team that was playing in the final last season. A team that you coached and won, dominated games, and all of that has been said, you know. So he planned well for Mamelodi Sundowns, and he was playing at home. You know, once a coach can plan without the ball, it says a lot. And like Coach KB touched, the chance that striker missed, it completes. If he scores that goal, it's done. It's 1-0. They close the game because they were high pressing Sundowns in the third half. You know, they allowed them to have the ball from the build-up phase, but you saw how they also were blind pressing in the midfield, trying to put pressure and making sure they come out with speed. Those are tactical decisions of a well-coached teams. They know what they are doing. They know their moments, who we're targeting, where we want to go and win the ball, who is the weakest link that we think we can dominate and get away with it. I mean, there's an opportunity also that Umukwena made a foul on that ended up to being a free kick. Umukwena, I think he was one of the target, and as a confident player as Umukwena is, I think he was also part of the target because he knows how comfortable he is around the ball. So when Umukwena has the ball, everyone then relaxes. But once we win it from him, we stand a good chance because now people have to shift from the attack mode to defense mode. In certain moments where it is not standardized, with Umukwena can lose. We know him to be a good protector of the ball, a good passer. But when a key player is the one that's being targeted and that is being highly pressed, is being highly blind pressed, it says a lot. It shows Uguti it was planned for, you know. But now we have a Mamelodi Sundowns. In my opinion, I don't think I know the philosophy of Mamelodi Sundowns now. Whether they are a ball rotation team, whether they are playing on counter, whether they're playing in transitions. I'm still yet to understand Uguti. Cardoso, what's his philosophy? How does he want Mamelodi Sundowns to play? Because when he came in, he wanted to change things until he had to go back to how Mamelodi Sundowns was playing under our coach Rulane, under our coach Pizzo. So it's a bit questionable, you know. Everyone was expecting with the Sundowns it's going to go there, dominate position, dominate in number of chances created, dominance in possibilities of goals scored. But we did not see that. So I don't know if maybe it was their plan to saying we're playing away, so we'd rather come back with a point than come back home having nothing. But it's an interesting group to look at, you know. We'll see after their next two games who's who in the zoo.
No, that's an interesting one. And this team, looking at Sundowns, you get the feeling that they are not running this season to win the Champions League. The way they play, they don't look convincing.
Yeah, well,
Coach
they
KB, what's your
don't
take on that?
they don't look convincing, but we know how Sundown starts, man. It's nothing new. Even last season and Umangova, they were not convincing to make it through out of the group stage. But Cardoso somehow turned
Yeah, I
things around
remember.
and he managed to go to the final. So I think it would be very dangerous to say they don't look convincing to go to the top four. This is a team that at any given time they
No,
can
I'm
turn
talking
things
about the
around.
winning the champ. I'm talking about convincing to win the Champions League.
Yeah, well, they made it to the final last season, man, even though things started a bit rough. So they can still make it to the final. I'm looking at their two new signings, man. There's something there on the two new signings. And I think with also, like I'm saying, the second preseason during AFCON, the coach will also have enough time to work around with other players. Racino will get used to how the team wants to play, get used to South Africa. So I think it's still early to say that they don't look convincing to win it.
I have to
Yeah,
interject there. I
yeah.
have to interject. I mean, we're going into the second preseason, but will he have players to work with? I mean, most of his starting lineup will not be around. So who is he going to work with?
But if you
Mkulis
look
is
at it,
gonna work with Mkulis and
no, but the players
and
that are
What is
Peters
he
leaving,
going to
and Peters is gonna be there. Police is gonna be there. There are a lot of they've got a lot of squad.
nah, but
Yeah,
it's
they've
what
got
it's
a lot of
five players
squad, but
leaving.
how many of the players that are in his starting lineup are going to be available? He's not gonna have a Lunga available. He's not gonna have a Mukwena. He's not gonna have a Williams. Possibly, I'm not sure about Grant if
Shaolile.
he's no
Nah,
Grant
granted,
whether Grant in the national team or not. You know,
not a chance.
Shalulile, we are not sure. Zwane, we are not sure. So the better part, Abu Mudau, they'll be in the national team. So you can't play with the players that are not there. Izo dismantle when they come back from the AFCON, you have to restart again from scratch to saying, I was building, I was working, Nabo, whoever that was left behind. But those are not the possible starters in my team that I'm going to resume the league with, you know. So
Yeah, no,
it's
that's a good point. The players who supposed to, I mean, they will be in the AFCON. So
yeah, so it's a very tall task for him to say maybe the preseason will work in handy. I mean, yeah, we know Mamelodi Sundowns started badly or Ganjan, but they still had Ribeiro, you know, who could decide games for them. Now there's no Ribeiro for them. That's why AFCON is a bit shaky. We are not sure as to this is the momentum that they are going to keep up with, or they're going to have a change of tenor to say, "I now we are in our second gear. We are moving, and from losing in the final, our next option is to make sure that we win this thing. We will just have to wait and see. But how they've been going, I'm not convinced.
no, I agree with you also. I don't think they will win the Champions League. Maybe the PSL, obvious. I think Pirates are also giving them a tough time there.